I didn't forget you guys. After what feels like has been 6 months of waiting, we are back with part 1 of Amnesiac. Yeah, woo, dance party. But before we get into the reaction, I do want to mention something. Part of the reason why I haven't done these reactions is because when I started this channel, it was all doing like original music and original content. And over time, just doing reactions starts to get kind of old because as much as it's fun to discover new music and listen to fun stuff, it doesn't exactly get driven by a creative mindset unless you're going crazy with the editing or something, but I don't really have the capabilities to do that with some free crappy program. I'm never forgetting you guys with reactions. Sometimes I just need a break to do some other stuff, have some fun on my own, and I'll probably always come back to it, so I wouldn't be too worried. We don't really have too much more Radiohead to get through, so I wouldn't worry about missing out on too much content. I've covered a lot of their big albums. But now we're finally going on to Amnesiac, which is one that has been requested legitimately 1.5 million times. You guys are definitely persistent, and I give you credit for that. I respect that. One of the reasons I've kind of been slow to the punch with Amnesiac is because I've been told it's kind of like a more weird experimental Kid A, more in that vein, and that's my least favorite Radiohead album by quite a bit so far that I've done. Not that I dislike it, but I'm way less excited to get into it when it's something that I know I'm probably not going to like as much, but I'm sure there are songs in here that are going to be phenomenal, that are just gonna blow me away. So without any more distractions, let's get into it. Packed like sardines in a crushed tin box. Sounds like a Radiohead title to me. Yeah, definitely hear the Kid A stuff coming in here. Sounds like a weirder Idiotech or something. Now this is giving me everything in its right place vibes. This is definitely not the way I expected an album to start off. I will admit, for the first half, totally was not feeling it, but I've started to get into it now. This is cool. Okay, the best part of that song was definitely the bass part on that synth thing. That was really a standout moment in the song. And I thought that middle section with all these like random accidental chords that just were super random and sounded almost bad, but like in a calculated way. Those are my two favorite parts. The rest of the song, I don't know about starting off an album with something like that. I mean, I guess it could be setting up the tone, but if it's setting up a tone like that for the whole album, yeah, not sure this one's gonna be for me, guys. Which is, again, why I've been putting this off, because I don't want to get flamed, but I'm going to be genuine with my reactions. So I'd rather be genuine and dislike it and get hated on than pretend to like it if I don't like something. But again, this is only one song. There's 11 songs in here. There's 43 minutes. There's so many ways they could redeem it. There's so many different directions they can go because it's Radiohead. So I'm not going to like expect anything. Now we're going to move on to Pyramid Song. Piano, redemption. Yay, and there's dissonant strings. This is Radiohead. Ah. This is weird timing. Can't even like pin down where the beat is here. Sorry, I'm just excited. Back to genuine Radiohead, not the synthetic stuff. These chords are so cool. Ooh, we get the ascending, sweepy, weird alien sounds too. See, you can have the synthetic sounds in there, but combine them with something real so I can attach to it in some way, you know? It's so weird. Oh, it's like a swing beat, that's why. Oh, it makes so much sense now. That's cool. I love it, guys. Strings. Sorry, I'm just getting giddy all over this song. This is so much better than the first song. No shade. So much better. Wow. It's stunning. There were so many cool things in this song, my god. That transition. Okay, I have to stop though. Sorry, just so excited right now. There were so many cool things in that song, starting with the elusiveness of the rhythm of the song. So that kind of reminds me of something like Videotape, which everyone knows, not my favorite song. But the thing that this song did differently is that it had that elusive beat for the whole song, but then it came in with what the beat actually was, rather than having you guess at syncopation. It lets you, like, your mind wander at different possibilities of where the downbeat could be here and there. And then it settles on that really, really cool swing beat, which is not what I was thinking it was going to be. It's almost like a discovery. It's so cool. I just love that. And obviously the strings and piano and singing are all great, as always, but that's really the thing that helps this song stand out for me over other songs. That was freaking awesome. And the transition. Yes. Anyways, let's move on to Polk/Pull Revolving Doors. It seems like the ones with the ridiculous names are not my favorite, like Tinker Tailor and Packed Like Sardines in a Crushed Tin Box. So Polk/Pull Revolving Doors is kind of in between those. Could go either way. Let's see where it goes. Sounds like it could be something a little heavier, actually. Whew. That is cool. What a distorted beat. Whoa. This could go in any direction still. This could go metal, legitimately. It won't, but it could. It's like little noodling going on. What the f? Tom? You okay? What the frock is happening? When I said the song could go anywhere, definitely did not think it was going to go nowhere, which is where we have gone so far. Don't get me wrong. This beat is insane and amazing. But there's so many layers you could add to it rather than just random noises and random sampled vocals edited like that. What the heck? Man, what am I listening to? What are you guys doing to me? What? What is happening right now? Am I in an alternate reality? That song was like entering an alternate reality in which music took a very different path. I appreciate that experimentation to a point. When it started getting so repetitive that the same drum beat was played over and over again with some various ambient experimental sounds over it, it kind of lost me, not gonna lie. And I was super pumped for that one too, because that beat was so gritty and like energetic. Like there were so many things they could have done with it, and they really chose to just stay. It's weird. They chose to experiment by doing almost nothing, which is a very weird combo. Definitely not my fave. I have a feeling this album's gonna be like hit or miss. I guess you never miss, huh? Now we're gonna move on to You and Whose Army, which had a guitar in it when it started playing, which is exciting. I already love it. Yay, a real song. The backing vocals kind of remind me of exit music. And the chords are super, super beautiful. Kind of reminds me of that song, was it I Will or something? It seems like at this album they were like, we're gonna say sorry for Polk and Pull Revolving Doors and give you a genuine like traditional Radiohead song. Then we're gonna go and do something crazy again and just go back and forth. Sounds like he's singing through an amp. And that's a upright bass. Ooh, I really like this one. Whoa, that went in a direction I did not expect at all. It's really hard to understand what he's saying here. I wonder if anyone actually could pick out what he's saying without a lyrics thing. Well, that was beautiful. And it was short, too. That sounded like a traditional Radiohead song, which I said at the beginning, but had a cool, nice spin on it, because a lot of times when they have those chill songs with like a clean electric guitar, they don't really do anything too much with it, but this time they really brought everything to the table with the pianos and the drums at the end. It was a big crescendo for only a 3-minute song, which isn't like, that's really short for Radiohead. With their short songs, you don't expect them to do something that experimental, I guess. That was pretty awesome. I actually really, really liked that one. It's between that one and Pyramid Song for my favorite so far, which is probably not hard to tell. And we will finish off with I Might Be Wrong, which is me reviewing albums. I might be wrong, so don't take my opinion as fact. And if this is going to follow the trend that it has so far, experimental to traditional, we're back to experimental, and that sounds like it so far. It's got like a Western vibe to it. This almost combines both of those styles, which is really cool. It's like experimental, traditional, both. Combining the two different things together. It has almost a drum machine feel on the drums, but then the guitar is very, very real. Almost too real. Ooh. This is cool. I'm glad this is the song that they chose to make 5 minutes, because the premise totally deserves it. That bass! It's interesting, the guitar is almost louder than his voice. It really, really is standing out. You guys, you're hearing that bass, right? That is like the coolest bass line ever. I hope it keeps building, because this is just so cool. Sounds like there's some muted guitar strumming going on. That is, yes. I like how the guitar's all the way to the right too, because it lets the bass actually speak. Otherwise it would have just been mushed together and those would have been two conflicting parts. This way it lets it all breathe. Some background ambience really is lifting up here. What the? There's only 50 seconds left and you're doing a new song? Ooh, that is pretty. Yes, that synth. Oh, I wanted to hear that on its own. I love that guitar tone too. That might actually be the favorite. Because holy cow, was that different? But also like, it was Radiohead, but it was so different. It almost made me think of There a little bit, like that weird, dancey, almost kind of southern sound. It's very hard to explain and categorize, so I guess it's just its own thing, but there was a Radiohead sound to it, even though it was so different from anything I'd ever heard from them, and I loved that one. That was just really cool. So this album has really been a roller coaster so far. It's been up and down. So make sure you stick around for part 2. I'm not sure when it'll be around, but just sub so you make sure you don't miss it. And I will be back with that at some point. So thank you for watching, and peace!